Online with your host, Dervan Malcolm.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
It is Saturday, the 23rd of April, 2022, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right here, right now, on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. The program created to celebrate all the remarkable achievements of Jamaicans at home and abroad, yes, with particular emphasis on those abroad. That's why this is the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. The diaspora represents this country wherever in the world other than Jamaica where you find Jamaicans. That is the diaspora. We are the Jamaican Diaspora. And we welcome you, those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you've downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free. Listening is free whenever and for however long you wish to tune in. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the U.S. who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281, 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. We welcome those of you who are watching us on Facebook Live via the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. There are other options. So, for example, you can tune into the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, to listen to Power 106 FM. Subscribers to onespotmedia.com also have access to the Jamaican Diaspora in particular and Power 106 FM in general. We're looking forward to your full participation. After all, it is your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. The numbers to call, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. As usual, in this first segment, we remind you to check out the Gleaner Premium and become a subscriber and benefit from all the various packages and options. You can enjoy a suite of members-only editors, fora, podcasts, webinars, newsletters, puzzles, and events delivered right to your inbox. And you can choose how to pay. There's a monthly special, which is $4.99, quarterly $9.29, and annually $49.99. So if you want to go to the top end, for $50, You can have access to the Gleaner's resources. You can flip the pages of the Gleaner virtually. That's one of the features of having the Gleaner Premium. You get the opportunity to flip the pages of the Gleaner virtually. And it's just like, well, some people say, no, it's not just like reading the physical copy, but close enough, you actually hear the sound of the pages as you flip them. So there you go. And let's go through now and see what's in the Gleaner today. Mom pitches foundation in memory of drowned 12-year-old. And there's a picture of Christine Gilbert, mother of 12-year-old Janelle Walters, who died tragically on Tuesday in Montego Bay. And here, Ms. Gilbert is sharing her wish to establish a foundation in her daughter's memory with Sylvan Reed, counselor caretaker for the Salt Spring Division, Kerry Thomas, counselor for the Mount Salem Division, and Mark Golding, the opposition leader, during their visit to Ms. Gilbert's home on Thursday. And condolences to the family. Really, really very tragic. Stand Firm is another headline on the front page of today's Gleaner. Golding, Moore encourage Little Bay residents not to give up fight for disputed lands. Savannah Lamar Mayor Bertel Moore has told squatters of Little Bay, Brighton, and Salmon Point in Westmoreland that they should stand firm in the fight for the lands they have been living on for many decades. There's a picture of Matthew Samuda, the minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, along with Ainsley Henry, CEO of the Forestry Department and conservator of forests, planting a blue maho tree that's a national tree, in the Blue Mountain Forest Reserve in Mount Airy, St. Andrew yesterday to mark Earth Day. And a couple of other stories on the front page of the Gleaner. Delonde mum as case advertises post. And Delonde is spelled Deslandes. That's a French pronunciation. Here in Jamaica, people say Deslandes, but it's actually French. It's Delonde. So, embattled president of the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case, Dr. Derek Delonde, or for the purposes of this Anglophone country, Deslandes, has declined to say whether he will be applying to continue on in the post after it was advertised in the Sunday Gleaner last weekend. Ouch. Ooh. That's rough. That's rough. Can we do these separations with a little more tact and I know the word I'm looking for, the other word, a little more tact and dignity? Goodness. Oh dear. Radio Jamaica moves to acquire 1834 Investments. The boards of 1834 Investments Limited and 1834 Investments Limited, for those wondering what that is. The Gleaner was founded. In fact, the first edition of the Gleaner was published, I believe it was the 13th of September in 1834. So that's the significance. So 1834 Investments, just so to put it simply, 1834 Investments is what is left of the Gleaner. The Gleaner as an institution in its original form, and original meaning up to recently, within the last 5 years or so. So that you're talking real estate, and related matters. That's my understanding of 1834 investments. Uh, they own property here and there, and so on and so forth. And not just property, but there are other assets as well. So the boards of 1834 Investments Limited and Radio Jamaica Limited, RJL, have announced that they have entered into a scheme implementation agreement, which will lead to the amalgamation of both companies. And amalgamation is just a big word for a coming together, a combination of both companies. So that's what's on the front page. Let's flip some more pages. I feel stressed out. Mom seeks help to get diagnosis treatment for blind autistic 12-year-old. Oh, we really hope she gets the help and support that she needs. Cuthbert Flynn calls on youth to get jabs as country opens up. And just in case you thought that was an error, that's JABS, as in vaccination, jab. By now we should know that, right? No major jitters despite new COVID strain is another story. Expert urges caution in definition of teacher in proposed law. Well, we would hope that we have, or when it comes to the decision-making process in this country, that our best minds are employed, literally and figuratively, to arrive at sound positions and decisions, ultimately. July 21, obstruction of justice trial for lawyer. Whitfield residents take risky walks for water. Man cries after being cleared of gun charges. Samuda talks tough against plastic pollution. That's Matthew Samuda. Aerial technology assists in recovery of tanks believed stolen. Excellent. Let's, as we have always said, bring on the technology. If the technology is available, bring it on. Yes, there might be a significant cost in the first instance, but if it's going to help us to save lives and stop in their tracks those who mean us no good, then bring on the technology. Andre Barnaby keeps his community clean. He's featured in the Good Heart section of today's Gleaner. Boss Mom Network partners with Food for the Poor to build. They have homes here, but we get it, but a house is not a home, and a home is not a house, right? You understand that. A house is the physical structure, and a home is what you make of that physical structure, and naturally involving the people in that space. So that is another of the stories in today's Gleaner. Mod famed tailor George Dyer passes. Condolences. The face doesn't look strange. Council could name park after Diane Abbott. Yeah, well, she has been a stalwart in her own right. More power to her. Still scratching my head about UK's Rwanda asylum deal, writes Amina Taylor. And I believe this is the diaspora segment of the Gleaner. And George Ruddock is the author of the story on Diane Abbott. And he, in fact, is going to be joining us in a few minutes to fill us in on what's been happening in the Jamaican diaspora in the UK, especially in this 60th anniversary of independence, in this year of Jamaica's 60th anniversary of independence. The cartoon, 2 frames. In frame 1, the Prime Minister supposedly saying, with the construction boom coming, We have to train skilled workers or import workers. And in the second frame, members of the public, one saying, we are skilled chopper already. And another one saying, and we don't mean chopping blocks. Yeah, please take that somewhere else. Partnership with Rwanda will be beneficial is the letter of the day. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
6:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 12:15 p.m. in Manchester, England.
Did you know that the flu can lead to hospitalization and even death? Pregnant women, persons 60 years and older, babies and children, and persons with a chronic illness such as diabetes, asthma, or heart disease are at a high risk for complications from the flu. Get the flu vaccine today. Visit your nearest health center and ask to be vaccinated. The flu is no joke. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
There is a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with approximately only 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people, such as contract workers and the self-employed, do not participate in a formal pension plan, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
The classroom is now open. All children are getting back to the things they love.
When they get home from school, help them to keep the family safe from COVID-19. Remind them to immediately wash hands using soap and water.
Remove uniform, turn inside out, and place in a container used to store dirty clothes.
If the uniform will be worn for a second or third day, hang it in the sun or air dry.
Shower immediately if possible.
Throw away single-use masks or place reusable ones in container used to store dirty
That's
clothes.
Stay away
not yet.
from family
What?
members if they are not feeling well.
Continue to frequently wash hands with soap and water.
And always wear a mask when leaving home. Let's get back to the things we love with the people we love. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs. Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Dakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area. And tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on BondSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do.
Let's complete our roundup of what's in the Gleaner today here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. Anti-bullying policy needed is another letter to the editor. Where have all the workers gone? The Gleaner asks in today's editorial. The editorial, let's see if we could just take it to its conclusion. In the sprint to the future, it is essential that the construction industry remains vibrant and stable. It will require the creative energies of government, private sector, academia, and unions. There seems to be no easy solution in the short term, But one thing will help is a big training push. In our view, relying on overseas labor is not the answer. We must instead invest in the local workforce. I think all of us agree on that. There's no doubt about that. Canadian Indigenous people and misguided wokeness is another of the letters to the editor. Elsewhere in the Gleaner, rejection of military aggression, a CARICOM achievement, writes Ronald Sanders. Phony baloney is the subject of Tony Dale's column in today's Gleaner. There's the international segment. Former President Mwai Kibaki, dead at 90. Condolences. Love thy enemy, critics key for Macron in election bid. And as world marks Earth Day, trash still big problem. Yesterday was marked globally as Earth Day. There are other regional and international stories. And here's an upcoming event that should be of interest to Jamaicans at home and abroad. It's the Jamaica Customs Agency's Triple C Online Engagement Forum. Click, connect, and converse with customs. Their theme on Thursday, the 28th of April, in the coming week, your invoice matters. Your invoice matters. And that will be from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And you can visit jacustoms.gov.jm to register. And we're thinking of those who are involved in the shipping business, those who assist members of the diaspora one way or another in processing their invoices, etc., etc., etc. So you might want to check that out, jacustoms.gov.jm to register. Also in the Gleaner, Golding blames poor infrastructure for tragic Mobe floods. That's a continuation of the story from the front page. Teachers change the world, ICWI to recognize educators. National Baking Company Foundation sponsors Child Month celebrations. Ministry accepting applications for Youth Ambassador Program. And there are lots of classifieds. In the sports section, some local venues have to improve standards. Big 12 Brown turns on the power again. Log Gordon helped guide Royals over Titans in Jamaica T10. Powell cameo not enough as Hetmeyer's Royals top IPL. That's the Indian Premier League. What a match that was. Wayne Wonder, Frankie Sly target happy senses on new collab. That's one of the stories in the entertainment section. Charlene Clark is featured in the world as a world traveler. And there's information on how to register for a voter's ID and the government procurement pages. That's what's in the Gleaner today. And we remind you that the Gleaner Premium provides a whole suite of options, members only access to editors' fora, podcasts, webinars, newsletters, puzzles, and events delivered right to your inbox. Once again, you can choose how to pay. If you want to go with a monthly special, it's $4.99 US, of course. Quarterly special, $9.29, and the annual special, $49.99. So you get special access, affordable packages, exclusively yours, premium content. Check out the Gleaner Premium. How about that? Let's check in now with some of our listeners who have joined us on Facebook Live and elsewhere. Facebook Live and YouTube. Althea Bernard says, keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Althea Bernard. Thanks for tuning in. Beverly in Toronto, Canada says, good morning, Sir D. Happy Saturday to you. Hoping for a wonderful day. Also, Shout out to my children's dad out there listening. He better happy. Are you saying he better send happy birthday? Okay, I'm not sure. Something is missing here, Beverline. But happy birthday to Sir Clive Hall from Christina and Brianna down there in Westmoreland, Jamaica, vacationing. We join you and the children in conveying birthday greetings to Sir Clive Hall from Christina and Brianna, vacationing where else but Jamaica. Welcome home, Christina and Brianna, and happy birthday to your father, Clive Hall, Sir Clive Hall, as Beverline puts it. Blossom Levy says, good morning, my friend. Wish for you a wonderful day. Love you. Wonderful day to you too. Lots of love to you too, Blossom Levy. Good to have you on board. Thank you very much. Beverline in Toronto, Canada says, Sir D, gas is up again by $1.78. Give us those prices, please, Beverline. Can you bring that gas to Jamaica with those prices? So is the steel price in Jamaica from $187,000 to $191,000 per ton, and cement $1,050. Jamaica on the move, building like crazy. Wow. Well, we have been talking about this construction boom for a very long time. And someone said, there's no such thing as crane economics. Well, I don't know. I don't know what we have been seeing all this time and experiencing. But we saw that one coming. Sky Lawson says, Saturday blessings to you too, Sky Lawson. Beverline says, Dervan, big up to the in-house engineer or technician in the booth. Good morning. That would be Chandel Forbes. Special big up for you, Chandel Forbes. Beverly says, where have all the workers gone? We are still here, and good ones are still here. Of course. Of course. Thank you very much, Beverly, for your messages. Asha Ash on YouTube says, morning, Dervan, just tuning in from London, England. Afternoon here. Well, morning time, Jamaica. Afternoon time, London, England. Welcome, Asha Ash. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, morning, Sir D, your team, listeners, and viewers. Morning to you too, Albert. Sean Chambers, otherwise known as Matthew, says, good morning, Mr. Dervan, and how are you? And big up yourself. Thank you very much, Sean. And Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, happy 93rd birthday to my dad, Keith Lewis, originally from Devon, Manchester, residing in North Lauderdale, Florida. And your father is a strong man, Albert Lewis. Strong man. We've had the pleasure and the privilege of meeting your father and posing for a photo with him as well. Very strong man. 93 not out. And let's all work and pray to ensure that he gets to, well, as many more years as possible. How about that? Happy 93rd birthday to Keith Lewis, father of Albert Lewis. Paul Wallace says, good morning, Dervan. Good morning, Retreat, Brownstown, St. Anne, Wallace family in Retreat. Greetings to the Wallace family in Retreat. Thanks for tuning in. And Beverline says, Clive Hall is celebrating. Sir D, Christina and Brianna are here in Toronto. Talk about, well, I don't know. That's what I was trying to understand earlier on. Part of what I was trying to understand in the message. So Clive Hall is celebrating. Christina and Brianna are in Toronto. Well, you are technically speaking in Jamaica if you're Jamaican, right? You can make Jamaica wherever you want it to be. In Westmoreland or in Toronto. After the break, we are going to England.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
6:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 2:30 p.m. in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical,
Morning.
paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair.
No problem.
82 East Street, Old Harbor. Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville.
No problem.
Lombard Park,
Sure.
and Lionel Town.
Okay.
For more information, call 876-986-9100
Take care.
or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
Both sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Stories from Jamaica and across the world, keeping you informed on the issues of the day and more. It's Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm, weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Learn interesting facts and trivia. Participate in lively discussions on affairs locally and internationally. Hear the stories of business, philanthropy, and more from Jamaicans at home and abroad on Both Sides of the Story. Come tell your side of the story. Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm on a mission to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Weekdays 2 to 5 p.m. live on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Be a part of the e-services clearance day at Kingston Wards Limited. Every Thursday starting March 17, we go completely contactless for the clearance of personal shipments like barrels, boxes, and other cargo. Visit clickandcollectja.com to sign up or contact your freight forwarder to learn more about pre-clearance options at our warehouses. Kingston Wards e-services clearance day every Thursday. It's fast, contactless, safe, secure. Call or WhatsApp 876-577-8905 for more details.
This Saturday, Film Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs. Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Bakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area. And tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Did it come to you? Did it how it is? I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and the weekly Gleaner is still very much a source of information for our fellow Jamaicans, in particular those in the United Kingdom and elsewhere, because the weekly Gleaner is also available in the elsewhere in the diaspora. The gentleman who is at the helm of keeping Jamaica in the news in the UK is Mr. George Ruddock, editor of the Weekly Gleaner. Morning, Jamaica time, afternoon, London time. How are you?
Afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Long time we haven't spoken. Yes, it's definitely afternoon here in the UK now.
Yes. Well, it's good to catch up with you, and we have some catching up to do. First of all, can you give us a sense, based on where you are in the United Kingdom, as to the nature and extent of COVID-19 and its impact at this stage? What have you been seeing? What have you been experiencing? We want to learn from you, from the UK.
Okay. Well, I mean, generally the whole COVID restrictions which we had endured up to March of this year, all of that has been now relaxed. I think we're virtually COVID restriction free, even though we are still reminded, to be certain things like if you're traveling on the underground, the train, the buses, it's always advisable to wear a mask, but it's not mandatory, as was the case for the last 18 months and so on. So yeah, there's a relaxation of it, and also the entry in terms of people traveling into the UK. You don't have to take the usual test in terms of prior to boarding, and also once you arrive, there's no restriction about once you arrive, then you have to quarantine or anything like that. So we are pretty much, I would say, free of a lot of those restrictions, Dervan.
Mm-hmm. And how's the Jamaican community managing from the standpoint of some of the stories, especially in the initial stages of the impact, the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on members of the Black community and other ethnicities as well?
Yeah, I mean, yes, certainly those were issues. I think as the pandemic really got hold, you found that there was cases of disproportionate sectors of the Black community being affected, and not only just in terms of people, but just people, but in terms of staff, in terms of the NHS staff, because you would imagine a lot of the staff members from the NHS are from the Black community, whether it's African, Caribbean, and they were in the front line of it. So there was that case, but I think generally, I think people have managed to overcome, and I think as we can see now, we're moving into a different phase now.
Mm-hmm.
One of the persons who's a Jamaican, Dr. Kevin Fenton, he was spearheading
the research. That's a
well, no, he was at the front line
of the UK's response to COVID-19.
Yes, yeah, Dr. Kevin Fenton.
Yes, I remember interviewing him. Yes.
Yeah. He was the head of the London region. So London was obviously being the capital epicenter.
Mm-hmm.
He was there along with the mayor of London, leading that whole, bringing awareness and how we can combat it. So Jamaican was in the forefront.
As always, as we say in Jamaica, if I egg we have at the red, or words to that effect. All right, let's come now to general activities in the communities of Jamaicans in the UK diaspora. You get a sense that the vibrancy is still there? Is it waning? Has it stabilized? What's the sense you get from interacting with Jamaicans? Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms, because of the relaxation of the COVID restrictions,
mm-hmm.
we're pretty much moving back to a lot of the activities that the Jamaican community used to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a lot more events, a lot more people attending different type of events, which obviously they couldn't do that before. So we're having that happening. And this year, as you can imagine, is celebrating 6 years of independence. I'm sure we're going to get a buzz out of that, because it's just so coincidental that the Ministry of Culture, Entertainment, Olivia Babs-Green, she's actually in town along with
Tourism Minister, Mr. Edmund Bartlett, and they will be launching Jamaica 60 activities, I think, on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we are gearing up for a very interesting year. I think if you cast your mind back to 2012, when Jamaica celebrated 50,
yes,
we also had the Olympics Games being held in London.
And you had Jamaica House in London or something to that effect.
Exactly. So I think we're gonna have something similar this year now, because Jamaica 60 also coincides with the Commonwealth Games being held in Birmingham.
Oh yes. And
that's going to be held in Birmingham from July 28th to August 8th. So it drops right in the middle of Jamaica independence, and I would imagine Jamaica will be very strong in the Commonwealth Games. So I think Birmingham will be the center this time round. 2012 it was London. This time it will be Birmingham, and I think there are activities planned. And in fact, it's significant that tomorrow, Sunday, there will be a church service in Birmingham, where both ministers will be there, and I think they will be doing a bit of a launch of Jamaica 60 activities, which will coincide with Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. So that's happening tomorrow, and then Monday will be the official launch in London, in Shepherd's Bush. So we are gearing up for a very interesting summer.
And thank you. And having mentioned Commonwealth, we're thinking of recent matters, current matters, in fact, because Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, who is vying for the position of Commonwealth Secretary General, is also in town. Is she still there, or is she still in?
Yes. So from what I've seen from the release from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that yes, she launched her bid to become Commonwealth Secretary General, hoping, of course, this will happen in June when the Commonwealth Conference is held. But obviously, she's been here to meet with all the various stakeholders to do with the Commonwealth Secretary General, the Commonwealth Secretariat. So she wasn't necessarily doing any kind of community event. It was more aimed at the stakeholders to do with the Commonwealth Secretariat. So wasn't privy to a lot of the meetings that she held.
Yes, and with a lot of talk about the monarchy and Jamaica moving away and becoming a republic, etc. How is that dialogue in the UK, and has it made well, I have no doubt it made the Weekly Gleaner, but give us a sense of whether.
Yes. I mean, if we go back about 3 weeks ago, when Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge, they were in Jamaica. Obviously, that was a big topic. It still continues to be a big topic. And even when their visit was happening, we in the Weekly Gleaner did kind of canvass some view of the community, and you kind of get a mixed feeling, Dervan.
Yes.
Some people who are obviously people who have lived here for many years, they are more saying that
keep the monarch.
Keep the link with Britain and Jamaica strong, because obviously Jamaicans have been here since just after the Second World War, when the Empire of India arrived, with a lot of people coming to live and work in the UK. So there's that strong feeling, and then there is also much more, proactive views saying that, well, it's about time we move away from it. Britain still hasn't dealt with certain things. I mean, obviously, the three main things which came out.
Hold on. Tell us about those three main things right after the break. Listeners, if you're just tuning in, this is the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. a program celebrating the work of Jamaicans in the diaspora and also the combined efforts of Jamaicans at home and abroad. Mr. George Ruddock is our guest, editor of the Weekly Gleaner, based in London, England. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 12:45 p.m. in Bristol, UK.
There is a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with approximately only 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people, such as contract workers and the self-employed, do not participate in a formal pension plan, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs. Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Bakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area, and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Our guest is the editor of the Weekly Gleaner, Mr. George Ruddock, in London, giving us an update, a roundup of developments in the Jamaican diaspora community in the United Kingdom. And you were on the subject of the monarchy, and you're about to list, you said, 3 things or 3 areas?
Yes. I mean, these were pretty much the 3 areas of discussion. Whenever this whole issue about the monarchy and the Caribbean and so on, it's all about that they have to acknowledge or deal with truth. The whole acknowledgement of the ugly side or the whole ugliness of slavery,
mm-hmm.
and that has to be dealt with. Reconciliation, really actually apologizing for slavery, but we know that has not happened, and I don't think we will get that happening. And also justice, which would lead to the whole argument about reparations.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the various views that people express, that those things have to be addressed. And in fact, as you mentioned, the whole visit of the monarchy to the royal visits, as we saw with William and Kate. I think there was one which was due for next week to Grenada. I think that has now been cancelled. This was for Prince Edward.
Mm-hmm.
And the Duchess of Sussex. I think that has been cancelled because Grenada again expressing similar views about the whole idea about we need to deal with issues around this whole thing about righting the wrongs.
Yes.
So it's an ongoing this topic, very hot topic, I would say, Dervan.
Mm-hmm. And what can you tell us now with respect to the the way in which you you have been able to survey the various the various communities of different nationalities to see, and I'm thinking, I know as Jamaica and as Jamaicans, we like to think that we are perhaps the most active of the CARICOM countries, for example, in the diaspora, and the most dominant. Is that still the case in the UK in relative terms, in terms of the Jamaican presence in the UK?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Even though you had Barbados becoming the latest country to declare themselves a republic away from Britain. That is still, I think a lot of people are waiting. So, well, obviously, the next country to do that would be Jamaica, because we'll, as the Prime Minister have mentioned, that it's definitely a discussion which is now on the table. So I would think that will be an ongoing discussion, and I think Jamaica will be the next country that people will be looking to see what position they take.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the discussions like this, Jamaica definitely is the main topic right now.
Yeah, I see. And for you personally, you've been serving, and I use the word carefully. You've been serving, and I say carefully because that's what you've been doing. It's public service that you do. How many years has it been, George Roddock?
Yeah, well, me personally, it's been coming close to 30 years now. I mean, it was the late 1980s, when I joined over here. So, yeah, it's been a real great service, man. I mean, I've seen, it was really been a wonderful thing to obviously report on all the activities to do with the Jamaican community. And I would just say that Jamaican community is still the most vibrant. I mean, when we look at, you have had on your program people like Angela
Christian, yes, Angel Foundation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a great story in terms of starting out to help Jamaica in terms of helping hospitals, moving on to education. But she's now putting on an event in July.
So I gather. Tell us about it, because you've been covering her and her activities.
Yes. So she's now moved on to having a kind of African Caribbean Expo.
Nice.
Which will be in July 2nd. And again, this is all group that COVID restrictions are now relaxed so that these events can happen.
Yes.
So she'll be having that, and it will be right where you're gonna have stars, and not just Jamaican stars, but I think she's expanding it now to
other nationalities. Companies.
Yeah, other companies that produce or serve in Caribbean.
Yeah.
So there's that happening. There's also another group which has really been doing wonders, man. The Jamaica Basic School Foundation. They celebrate over 25 years.
Yes.
They'll be having their fun day on August 6th in the park. But I think one of the real big events that we're gonna, and again going back to Birmingham, it's gonna be Jamaica 0121 Festival, and 0121 is a telephone that code that you dial for Birmingham. So Jamaica 0121 Festival. It's going to be a 2-day event.
Mm-hmm.
August 6th and 7th in Aston Park. And this is like a big show. If you think about reggae Sumfest, this is like a Sumfest in the UK.
Oh wow!
We have about 48, from what I can see, about 48 artists will be.
What?
Yeah, so the Jamaican community, man, vibrant, right? They have never lost that, and that's one of the things that we really celebrate over here.
What about Jamaican products? Still doing well and crossing over comfortably?
Oh yeah, definitely. This year is definitely a year to mark anniversaries because Grace Foods UK will be celebrating Grace Kennedy's 100th year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have that they're celebrating that with the company in Jamaica, but they'll be extending that celebration in the UK. So they are putting out specific products to mark that, and they have been doing a campaign, a very good advertising campaign within the Weekly Gleaner, and we have been supporting that.
Mm-hmm.
So products, Jamaican products, yes, definitely, and Grace Foods definitely the leading ones for that.
Yes.
And we also have some Jamaican companies which have built themselves here, started here, and flying the flag for Jamaica, like Port Royal Patties.
Yeah, how are they doing? Still doing well?
Yep. Oh, doing well, bro. I mean, you're going to any major supermarket now, and where they have the shelves that have ethnic foods.
Yes.
And when you go to the Caribbean section, there's a whole range of products there, and including Port Royal Patties, Island Delight. These are all Jamaican companies based here, but producing and flying the flag for Jamaica, producing Jamaican products and selling them in nationally.
Yes.
So yeah, that's all positive stuff, man. Just a couple of other things.
Sure, please.
Association of Jamaicans UK Trust will be having their Independence Dinner on the 6th of August, again celebrating Jamaica 60. I haven't got the full details of what the Jamaica 60 celebrations, which all of these will be announced on Monday with Minister Grange and Minister Bartlett.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get more detail about what are the activities around that. But suffice it to say, since this year we have had the Bob Marley exhibition, which was held in London, and of course,
no doubt that was sold out.
Oh yeah, and it only finished. It only finished last week. Started in February.
Mm-hmm.
We ran for 3 months and finished in April. And of course, in the West End, and when you think about the West End, you think about similar thing, New York, Broadway.
Yes.
Broadway in New York. So the West End, we have another show, Bob Marley. It's Get Up, Stand Up. Full houses every night, Dervan. Every night. Full houses. And this is in the West End of London. So flying the flag for Jamaica, it continues, and we are celebrating that even more this year when we mark our 60th anniversary.
Beautiful. Well, we can't thank you enough for this comprehensive roundup. In the meantime, just give us an idea, especially those in the UK, how they can get their copy of the Weekly Gleaner.
Yeah. The Weekly Gleaner is published every Thursday. It's available UK-wide in most newsagents in the cities where the Jamaicans are located. And you think of Birmingham, Manchester, Bristol, and of course London. That is where we sell most of our copies. But available Thursday, and the Gleaner is celebrating 70 years. By the way, we celebrated that. We started that celebration last year because it was launched in July of 1951, and it's continuous publishing for 70 years. In fact, we are probably the only ethnic title which has that kind of
distinction. Yes,
yes. So we're celebrating that, and we're going to be doing an honors award this year to culminate with our 70th anniversary. The awards are now nominations are now being taken, and the end date for this is the 30th. And the categories will be honoring people in his arts and culture, sports, science and technology, entertainment, business, philanthropy, education, voluntary service, health, and wellness. So we have been having quite a few nominations coming in. People can do this.
Hold on, don't move. One moment. We'll allow you to wrap after this break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 1 p.m. in Brixton in the UK.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. What a significant year, a year of anniversaries. The Gleaner in the UK for 70 years, Jamaica around for as an independent nation for 60 years, Grace Kennedy celebrating 100 years, and I'm sure there might be one or two other celebrations. So George Ruddock, editor of the Weekly Gleaner, has been filling us in, and we stopped you mid-sentence going to the break. We'll allow you to just continue sharing the information and as we get ready to wrap. Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Just as I said, the Weekly Gleaner will be doing its honors award, and this will be mirroring the RGR Gleaner Honors Award, by the way, which is very successful.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, the nominations end on the 30th. And
that's this month, 30th of this month.
Yep,
okay.
Yep,
mm-hmm.
Yes. People can nominate by through this email address, which is UK Honor Awards @gleanerjm.com. So it's gonna be. We're hoping to have this event in August again, tying with the whole Jamaica 60 anniversary.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So just one final thing, if I can mention,
sure.
More to do with Stephen Lawrence. A lot of people would have know about Stephen Lawrence. Stephen Lawrence was a young man who was killed in a racial incident back in 29 years ago. And it was actually April 22nd yesterday, which marked his 29th anniversary. Stephen's parents are Jamaican. And in fact, Stephen's body is actually buried in Jamaica, in Clarendon. I think that's where his mother is from, Baroness Doreen Lawrence, and his father, Neville Lawrence, who I know lives in Jamaica now. So, yesterday marked the 29th anniversary, and an inquiry into the police action after his death led to sweeping changes in the Metropolitan Police, which was labeled institutionally racist. And in his memory, the Stephen Lawrence Day was established 4 years ago, 2019, to celebrate his legacy and to raise awareness of racial inequality. So, again, the Jamaican connection there, as you can imagine.
Yes, indeed.
So just those are some of the things that I just thought I'd share with you today.
Well, we thank you very much. It's been quite comprehensive, and we'll continue to track developments in the Jamaican diaspora in the UK through our trusted, tried, tested, and proven source, George Ruddock and the Gleaner. Oh, and we want to just wish you all the very best as you continue to serve Jamaica and the diaspora, and I dare say the rest of the world as well. Well done, George Ruddock. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
It's
Thank
been a
you very much.
pleasure. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye. George Ruddock, editor of the Weekly Gleaner in the United Kingdom, sharing with us on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. Let's clear a few messages as we get ready for our next guest. Hazel Henry says, happy birthday and may God richly bless you. I believe that message is for Keith Lewis, Albert Lewis's father, who's celebrating his 93rd birthday today. Happy birthday. And Errol Townsend says, good morning and have a blessed day. The same to you, Errol Townsend. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's clear a few more of these messages. Audley Clark says, good morning, my boss. Hope all is well with you. Audley Clark, a.k.a. Taylor. Welcome aboard, Audley Clark, a.k.a. Taylor. Sherry South Time says, Lord, overslept and almost missed my favorite Saturday morning show. Hello from New York. Good morning, Mr. Malcolm and all the lovely listeners. Good morning to you, Sherry South Time. Good to have you on board. George Hay says, good morning, Dervan, and good morning, TriStar Club legends in Claremont, St. Anne. Good morning to you, George Hay, and the TriStar Club legends in Claremont, St. Anne. Judy Brown says, Sherry South Time, me too. Hope to see you tonight at the Knox Gala, the Knox CA Gala. All right. Well, have fun at the Knox Gala. I think we have some information on that we shared last week. There are so many events happening now. We'll see if we'll have time to share a few more a little later on. For the time being, though, let's clear these messages and go to our next guest. Sherry South Time was asking for a repeat of the email. Oops, just seeing that message. And that, I think, is the email for those who would like to nominate to submit nominations for the Gleaner UK 70th anniversary awards. All right, we'll see if we can get that. See if we can get that to you shortly. But thank you very much for your messages. As we get ready, we're going to our next guest right now here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. It's time to talk about some Jamaican creativity and leveraging of this very powerful brand of ours, Jamaica, the biggest little country in the world. Hands down, quite easily. And here is another reason as we welcome the creator of a Jamaica jigsaw puzzle. A Jamaica jigsaw puzzle. She is Ms. Shauna Gay Hart. Good morning to you, Shauna Gay Hart. How are you?
Good morning. I am well, thank you.
Wonderful. I'm fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us on the Jamaican Diaspora Live online. And listeners, we learned of this creation by going through Rhythm's Marketing's series of events and happenings. Rhythm's Marketing, which is headed by Eddie Edwards, who is very well known for the staging of the Great Jamaican Jerk festivals across the diaspora. And when we saw it, when we saw the information, we said, no, we had to. We had to find out more about this. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Right. So, first of all, some background for the benefit of our listeners at home and abroad. Shauna Gay, uh, where in Jamaica do you call home in general terms? And and what is your, before we come to the Jamaica jigsaw puzzle, that aside, what is your vocation or occupation or profession?
Okay. Hi again. Morning.
Morning.
So I am originally from Mandeville, Manchester. Grew up all my life there, then went away for college, and then I now call Kingston my home. So I am a country girl living in the city.
Indeed. And when they, what did you study?
I studied hospitality management
Oh.
with a master's in international business.
Impressive. So have you been practicing based on what you've studied?
Not at all.
Explain yourself, please.
I mean the business part in some aspects, yes, and hospitality in other ways, such as dealing with people and things like that, but definitely not in the industry itself. I am from, as I said, I'm from Mandeville, and we have a family business there, so I've been in the family business. And
by choice, or did they have to take you, or kicking and screaming?
No, well, by choice, definitely by choice. My parents have always been very supportive of what opportunities I decide to pursue.
Oh.
So, but it actually is a good segue for me to tell you. So basically what happened is that I've always had back problems. And just before the pandemic started, I was in a little accident, and it actually made my back problems worse.
Oh,
so
no.
I couldn't manage the commute back and forth from Kingston to Mandeville, and I kind of stopped.
Yes.
So this is why I said it's a good segue, because it kind of led me into the whole idea about the puzzles and things.
But before you go there, how's your back now? How are you managing? Is it still a problem?
It's still a problem. I'm in physio, and as I said, it's a problem that was I've been dealing with back issues for a long time, and the accident just kind of made it a little bit worse. But it's fine. I'm plodding along.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So is it while you were on your back, in a manner of speaking, that the idea came to you, or?
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell us more, please.
It was a night. So some days are worse than others, and on the days where it's really bad, I have to sleep on the floor. Wow. And there was one night in particular where it was really bad, and I couldn't doze off, and I was saying my prayers, please let me just get a couple of hours, and just talking to God, and I started to drift off, and I just jumped up, and I was just like, oh my goodness, is this what you want from me? So I just imagined all of these beautiful images of Jamaica, and presented as maybe a coffee table book or a calendar or something like that. And I said, why aren't these images puzzles?
Just like that.
Just like that. And I'm a puzzle person, so I'm surprised it didn't come to me sooner. So of course, I never went back to sleep after that.
I can just imagine.
Went on the computer and started my research.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how that started. And that was a year ago.
And that, as they say, well, the rest is history. But we want to hear a little more. In fact, let's just check the time. All right, we have a few seconds to the break. So now, it's one thing to get that vision, that idea, that gift of information, of knowledge. It's another thing to put it in a manner that to make it, cause it to become tangible, that people can. So let's talk about that after the break, in terms of how you proceeded from that point on to where you are now making available these jigsaw puzzles, these Jamaican jigsaw puzzles. One moment, please, listeners. Our guest is Shauna Gay Hart. She's the creator of Jamaica jigsaw puzzles.
Healthy habits start with washing your hands several times per day with soap and water. If soap and water are not available, use Benjamin's hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol. The time by Benjamin's is
7:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 12:15 p.m. in Bamako, Mali.
This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs. Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Bakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and
how many more?
TV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on BondSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Our guest is Shauna Gay Hart. She's the creator of Jamaica Jigsaw Puzzle. And this is something we have to celebrate, because one of the things we need to do is to create more opportunities for Jamaicans, those born, do they say, second, third, fourth generation Jamaicans born in the diaspora, for example, to immerse them. If we hope to immerse them in the culture, then we need to create ways and means and items, resources, things, jigsaw puzzles, for example, to contribute to the socialization of the children. But also it's fun, and it's stimulating, etc. There are so many other features. Right. So, well, let me talk to the expert. I'm not an expert on jigsaw puzzles. So tell us now, taking it from thought to action, making it happen, bringing it into reality, the Jamaica jigsaw puzzle.
Right. So, as I said, it's been a year in the making. I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but I'd like to present a quality product.
Yes.
So it was a lot of back and forth with sampling and testing the quality of different items, getting the right graphics, actually going out and framing up what it is that I thought was a good depiction of the island, and actually putting it in an image to get put on the puzzle. So it took a lot of disappointment, and it was really a lot of work, and a lot of patience. But it was something I really, really believe in, and I'm really glad that I stuck it out, and now it's here.
All right. And your brand is called Puzzles by SG, correct?
Correct. The brand is Puzzles by SG, and this first series that I've come out with is called Pieces of Home, and it's just a general depiction of of the little things in Jamaica that would hopefully evoke some type of nostalgia when you see it or put it together. There's the Aki, Aki is synonymous with Jamaica. There's the fishing village, the fruit stand that you can find all across Jamaica.
Yes.
But I'm coming out with other series that will speak to other parts. So with beaches and the rivers and things like that.
No, I perhaps took it for granted by not going there earlier on, but we don't want it. Well, there are a lot of people listening to us. I'm not sure how many of them are. I don't want to take it for granted that they all know what a jigsaw is, a jigsaw puzzle, and so on and so forth. But just in case there are those who are wondering, what is this jigsaw? Because they're accustomed to playing all kinds of other games on their phones and devices these days. Can you remind those of us who know and enlighten those who don't what a jigsaw puzzle is?
Well, sure. So a jigsaw puzzle is basically, it's an image where there are pieces cut out of it in different shapes and forms, and you now then have to put them together to see what the image looks like as a whole when you piece it together.
Plain and simple. Now then, so you go around and take pictures and then convert these pictures into jigsaw puzzles. Is that it?
Correct. Yes, that is correct. Mm-hmm. Drive around the island, see what I like, and just snap the picture and make it into a puzzle. But there's so much. There's so
yes.
much.
So that can last, and no doubt will last a lifetime.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Things are always in the works.
All right. So the puzzles by SG, these are physical as opposed to virtual, or is it both?
These are physical. These are physical right now. Mm-hmm. So you'd actually have to get the product in your hand to be able to.
And how can we get the product into our hands?
So there's my website, which is puzzlesbysg.com. Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy to say that actually, as of last night, we are now listed officially on Amazon.
Whoa, that's big.
So I am very excited. So the shop is amazon.com /shop plural /puzzles by SG. So amazon.com /puzzles by SG.
Mm-hmm. And so that's at what rate? How have you managed to price it in such a way that people will in fact want to buy it?
So their price, the same price that you get it for here in Jamaica, is the same price on Amazon. I am willing to suck up all the Amazon costs to ensure that it's available to everybody easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't have to give us all your business secrets, but I'm looking at the packaging and I'm thinking, whoa, this is first world in terms of the packaging. And so you have had to outsource any of the work, or do you do it all by yourself?
So the product, I'm not sure if I'm understanding. So if the product is, I like to say it's a product of Jamaica,
right?
But it's made in China.
Okay.
So unfortunately, the resources here in Jamaica are not so that I could get this quality at a good enough price to be able to sell it back.
Yeah.
So so I like to say it's a product of Jamaica and it's made in China.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. Business is business. So now what are they? Do you have like different tell us about I think you started telling us, you talked about coconut, the various designs. Yes.
So right now there are 5 designs available, ranging from 100 pieces to 500 pieces. There's the Aki Stack 100 piece, the Reggae Shack 250 piece, the Fruit Stand 300 piece, and then we have the Fishing Village and Coconut Experience in 500 pieces.
Yeah, I think these prices are extremely reasonable as well. Actually, I'm looking at them.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very reasonable. And you've covered quite a bit of ground already, haven't you?
I'm trying. I'm trying to hit the ground running. Keep the momentum going. It's been 8 weeks since I've launched, and I must say I'm extremely grateful for the response. It's been well received, and the response has really been overwhelming. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
And there are those of us who are perennially children, but generally speaking, it's obviously it's good for everybody. Correct?
It is. It definitely is. And I like to say probably children, probably from about 8 or 9, and then there's no end to the age limit.
Yes.
What was I was going to say something? Oh, it's also a great, even if you have younger children, I think it's a great family bonding exercise.
Yes.
It's fun.
Because together you're trying to match the pieces.
Correct.
Yeah, teamwork. Yes.
Correct. Exactly. And that's one of the silent benefits of puzzling. You know, it increases the family bonding, the teamwork, all of those things. It actually improves memory as well. So it's a fun little project, and it's not something that you have to feel challenged just to complete in one go. You can take your time and make it a little thing in the house. Ooh, let's stand the puzzle. Let's go.
Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. So, listeners, if you want to learn more, go to Puzzles by SG.com. That's PUZZLES, or in America they say PUZZLESBYSG.com. Puzzles BYSG.com. Puzzles by SG.com. And you can see exactly what we've been talking about. What's the vision? How far down the road are you looking, Shauna Gay, as far as Puzzles by SG is concerned?
Jeez, there's no entry in other one. Every day that I explore Jamaica, I am just so amazed by all the things out there that we can do. So I'm already working on my next set of designs, which I want to come out for Christmas. And I don't see this, petering off anytime soon.
That's excellent. And you said, I think both the same prices. You absorb some of the cost, but the same prices as on Amazon, yeah. Same Correct. Prices locally.
Correct.
Right. So, well, I guess so. There's no physical location that I can go and pick up.
In Jamaica.
Jamaica, yes. Oh,
absolutely.
Where?
They're available in Jamaica at all the Fontanas.
Fontana Farm. They're very progressive people. I've noticed. They support Jamaica, brand Jamaica.
They sure do. And guess what? Because I'm from Mandeville, the first Fontana ever is in Mandeville.
Yes, indeed.
So they're definitely very supportive.
Yes.
Then there's in Kingston, there's Ligoni Drug and Garden, Craft Cottage, My Jamaica, and in Montego Bay, other than Fontana, we're available at the Collective 876.
Excellent. Are there particular individuals, institutions, organizations, maybe family members that you'd like to thank for the support so far? And no doubt your customers, because you already have customers.
Definitely, as I said, it's been very well received. And of course, I have a very, very close core group of friends, and of course, my family and my husband that have been truly supportive. And the times where it was, geez, I don't know if I can continue. This is just too much. They were like, "No, man, you have to go on." So yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to call out any names in case,
No problem. In general terms.
Definitely. My friends and family, yes.
Right. Wonderful. Well, it's been a joy. It's been a pleasure sharing your story with our listeners at home and abroad here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. And we want to encourage our listeners at home and abroad to get their Puzzles by SG. And that's the website, puzzlesbysg.com. And so you can purchase on Amazon, or you can go to Fontana Pharmacies here in Jamaica. And yeah, I think you said craft cottage.
Jamaica, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And may I add one more thing?
Sure.
If you're not, as you would call it, a puzzler, other than these making great gifts, even if it's not for yourself, it's a great gift to send away to friends and family. But don't be daunted. So each puzzle comes with a full-size poster. And if you're not a puzzler, you can build on top of it, so it actually assists you in the building.
Beautiful. Lovely. Thank you so much. We're out of time. Thanks a lot, Shauna Gay.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Shauna Gay Hart, creator of Jamaica Jigsaw Puzzle. You can look her up and look up the brand. It's puzzlesbysg.com.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Hello to Joan in Bermuda, where it's 9:30 a.m.
There is a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with approximately only 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people, such as contract workers and the self-employed, do not participate in a formal pension plan, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Bakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area, and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when I started, but gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. There are so many activities taking place. We're going to try and give you a few information on a few of those in just a moment. But first, let's clear a few more messages. Norman Hines is in St. Thomas. Hello, Norman Hines. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Sherry South Time says, hey, JB. She says, me too. Manchester sister here too. Well. So Shauna Gay has company in that regard then. Sheila Clark Wallace says, good morning, Sir Dervan. Blessings from Elmont, New York. Blessings to you too, Sheila Clark Wallace in Elmont, New York. Veronica Powell says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. Rise and shine indeed, Veronica Powell. Look who's here, Leo Gilling. What are you doing up so early? He says, good morning, Dervan. Hope all is well. Leo Gilling is the chairman of the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network, among other things. I hope let me see. There's something else we wanted to mention in terms of his expertise, because he is this is the term I was trying to remember: diaspora engagement advocate. Mr. Leo Gilling is a diaspora engagement advocate, and he chairs the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network, JD-TAN. Good to have you on board, Leo Gilling. All the very best to you. And right, so let's just quickly, because there are a lot of events, quickly tell you about these events happening in the diaspora. As you have heard, the Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Minister and the Tourism Minister are in the UK, and they're going to be having the UK leg of the Jamaica 60 launch. And also, well, so that's in the UK. In New York, Mrs. Alcyon Roach Wilson, OD, Consul General for Jamaica in New York, in the presence of the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, inviting all to a call to worship to launch Jamaica 60, Reigniting a Nation for Greatness. And this takes place at the New Life Tabernacle, UPC. That's at 4905 Avenue D, Brooklyn, New York. The officiating minister, Bishop Michael Mitchell, and that takes place on Sunday, the 1st of May. So that's next Sunday morning. So you have time to get ready for church next Sunday morning. And so that is happening in the Northeast. We're going through quickly. Here's another Jamaican achiever. We hope to get through to her at some point. Jamaican Dr. Mary Ann Chambers has been named Chancellor of a university in Canada. A Jamaican-born Dr. Mary Ann Chambers, a former cabinet minister in Ontario, Canada, has been appointed the 10th Chancellor of the University of Guelph, a university she has long supported. More power to her as Jamaicans continue to shine, as the song by Charles and Eddie says, wherever you go, shine. And look at this shining face of Jamaican-born Dr. Mary Ann Chambers. You can Google Dr. Mary Ann Chambers and find more information. She's a former cabinet minister in Ontario, Canada. She has been appointed the 10th Chancellor of the University of Guelph, and that university holds significance for some notable Jamaicans. Perhaps another time we can talk about that. So well done to Dr. Mary Ann Chambers. And if the name rings a bell, chances are it's her. Chances are. But go ahead and Google, and you will find additional information on her. Quickly now, let's go to some of the other events happening in the diaspora. This one out of Miami, Florida. Oh, we're going to be featuring Steve Higgins a little later on, because he has a series of concerts to celebrate Jamaica 60 that he's managing, and we're going to learn more pretty soon. Just going through, making sure that we have all the very latest information with respect to the events. We don't want to miss any. Quickly going through, and these events. So we have told you about the UK. You heard from George Ruddock out of the UK already. We've mentioned New York in terms of the New York church service to launch Jamaica 60 in the northeast of the US, and ultimately all of Jamaica. And we are just trying to retrieve the information now quickly of the other. Oh, there's another story of the organization known as Partners for Youth. They have announced the winners for their fundraising raffle, and Steve Higgins is the chairman of Partners for Youth as well. So we'll have him say a word on that later on, because he's going to be joining us. But as we said, there are a couple of other events. We're just trying to bring them up quickly, not going fast enough, so that you can prepare yourselves if you are not already aware of these events, which are aimed at reigniting this nation of ours, Jamaica, land we love. So here is the schedule. So a couple of events. So the date now, today is the 23rd. So there's a virtual conversation with Lincoln G. Downer, Consul General. That's Jamaica's Consul General at Toronto, as the expression goes. And the Jamaica Consul General at Toronto, Lincoln G. Downer. Virtual conversation with Lincoln G. Downer. That happens this evening at 6:30 Eastern Daytime, 6:30 p.m. EDT, which is 5:30 p.m. Jamaica time, and that's the 23rd of April, this evening. The NOXPA Students Association, a couple of our listeners mentioned this earlier on. NOXPA Students Association Toronto chapter hosting their 29th reunion fundraising gala, or as they say in America, gala. And it's happening tonight from 8 to 11 tonight. You can donate by going to knoxtorontochapter.ca, knoxtorontochapter.ca, and the proceeds are in aid of the Knox sixth form block. Come on, Knox, we can do this. And I say we because I'm a friend of Knox. I didn't attend Knox, but you get the point. They're trying to build a new sixth form block. They're trying to build a sixth form block at Knox, and they need your help and support in that regard. So go to knoxtorontochapter.ca and you'll get more information. Live virtual gala, or as they say in America, gala, live virtual gala, the 24th of April. That's tomorrow from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daytime, which is 6 to 7:30 p.m. Jamaica time. Live virtual gala, and this is a fundraiser in aid of St. Anne Medical Outreach. St. Anne Medical Outreach, and there's quite a lineup of Canadian, international, and Caribbean stars. The proceeds of the event will be used to refurbish the hospital in the community of Alexandria in St. Anne, Jamaica. This is what it is all about. Jamaicans abroad joining hands with Jamaicans at home. And don't forget, next week, Sunday, the 1st of May, the 40th annual Good Walkathon, organized by the Jamaican Canadian Association. And that will be from 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Daytime next Sunday, the 1st of May. And are we forgetting anything? Quickly, the Jam Walk. Jam Walk this year marks the 25th school build for the organization known as Helping Hands Jamaica Foundation. Helping Hands Jamaica Foundation. It's their 25th school build, and you're invited to join them Saturday, the 28th of May for Jam Walk, their annual 5K walk and brunch. We haven't even scratched the surface yet, because there's the tour schedule for the Jamaica 60 cultural tour, and it's a long list of areas, and it will go well into. Do we have time? Let's see. It's time for the break. Yes. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 8:45 p.m. in Beijing, China.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values.
This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs. Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Bakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area, and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on BondSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do. Wherever you go,
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Indeed, thanks to members of the diaspora who continue to give and give and give and share and share and share. We can't thank you enough, and we continue to celebrate the harmony between Jamaicans at home and abroad when it comes to supporting Jamaicans and Jamaica at home and abroad. Case in point, Team Jamaica Bickle. Team Jamaica Bickle, that organization that was founded some 28 years ago, I believe, and still going strong, and not just going strong, but growing strong. And who better to tell us the story than, and this is not both sides of the story, this is the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. Let's welcome Mr. Erwin G. Clare Sr., OD, of Team Jamaica, founder of Team Jamaica Bickle, managing director of Caribbean Immigrant Services, and a broadcaster in his own right. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Erwin Clare, rescue me. Good morning, welcome. 93.5. Irie Jam. Oh goodness. How could I? Welcome. So sorry, go ahead.
It's obvious that the 28 years have been spent on you.
Obviously. Yes, thank you so much. Right, so this is it. We are almost there. The big day is tomorrow, and this is the Team Jamaica Bickle Labor of Love fundraising luncheon, scheduled for tomorrow, the 24th of April, from midday to 5 p.m. How are things looking at this stage since the last time we spoke?
Well, first of all, let me say good morning to your listeners, and special good morning to you. for your continued support of our endeavors, and for that matter, endeavors in the diaspora, as we seek to find that that relationship that provides immense reciprocity for both sides of the story.
Indeed.
Anyway, we are in a good place, and I say that because our most important assets are our people.
That's right.
And especially those who avail of themselves, make the sacrifices to put on events that are responsible events, and events that reflect our brand and what it stands for. And especially in this time where Jamaica celebrates its 60th year of independence, the importance of such. And that is not lost on us. It's not just a luncheon. It's a luncheon of purpose, of significance, because it deals with our people.
Yes.
And it is for our people. It's for our nation. So we take this very, 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 very seriously, Dervan. And I have to say that kudos, first of all, go out to the team that is working on this endeavor, and they have spent countless hours, taking time out from their jobs to do so. And so I am pleased to say that since last week, we removed ourselves from the media as it relates to marketing this event, because we technically sold out, and have been retrofitting ever since, because we are mindful of certain conditionalities that still exist.
Yes.
And we also want to make sure products and the representation is on par to what Jamaica stands for. So we are looking forward to a great presentation tomorrow evening, and it's truly a labor of love.
We have no doubt about that. We have seen it and we have felt it as well. And as you said, this is Jamaica 60, and this is a Jamaica 60 event as well, under the overarching umbrella of celebrations or celebratory events. But you're sorry, go ahead.
We have, we are supportive of that, and yes, it is indeed one of the signatories of event here in the diaspora.
Right. And so now you are also honoring, remind us of those being honored for their work at tomorrow afternoon's Labor of Love fundraising luncheon, please.
Dennis and Don Warren, names that are synonymous with philanthropy and just good Jamaicans in our society here. They are a long-time supporter of Team Jamaica, because, and it doesn't just stop at Dennis and Don Warren, because we have also ensured that the next generation of Warrens are also part of the process. So, we have Natasha Warren, who is very much involved in what's happening. But Dennis and Don Warren were initially involved in our first endeavor when we had lawyers and friends of Team Jamaica, because along with Stephen Drummond and Joanne Scolashi, they were the individuals who initiated this platform that we're on now, which has become a signature series. So we're recognizing those who have formalized the structure. So the honorees in Stephen Drummond and Joanne Scolashi, as well as Don and Dennis, are the honorees. And then we have out of Jamaica, we have Wilma Charlton, whom affectionately we regard her as the mother of today's modern day track and field, who a person who has represented Jamaica at the highest extent, and still continues to nurture young people and still continues to ensure the infrastructure for students and young people participation in athletics remains strong. She's our significant honoree tomorrow. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our control, she won't be there, but we'll be celebrating her. And at some other point, we will be ensuring that all the things that she was entitled will be bestowed on her. So those are largely individuals who we're recognizing tomorrow. As I said, we're doing this against the backdrop of Jamaica's 60th year of independence.
And as if that wasn't enough work already, in a few days' time, it will be Team Jamaica Bickle at the Pen Relays. Before we get there, though, and just as a corollary to that, they just spell it out for those listening to us. When you raise this money as a 501c3 organization, Team Jamaica Bickle, what do you do with the money? Just remind those of us who know and enlighten those who don't, please.
Sure. In fact, this fundraiser is just a part of the total. And in fact, we have more to do than we have money to do. Right? So there's always a need, because when we have more, it means that we have to satisfy our obligation. Understand that our obligation is in meeting the basic situation for our athletes. We want to make sure that our athletes at all times have a minimum, at least a minimum, and we raise the bar, because we consider them our ambassadors. So we must ensure that they are safe, that they have proper accommodation, that food is never an issue, that we have systems in place for any injuries, medical attention required, chiropractic, and even legal services. These are just but a few of the situations that are part of our mission. And we also say to parents in Jamaica that, we recognize that they are your children. Whilst they're here, they're our children. So we want to ensure that that kind of family structure is in place that seeks to provide them safety as if they were back home with their respective families. And as we do this too, we try to find ways that we can ensure that the experience of their presence here is not just coming and running and going home, but ensure that they are availed to other facets of life, as much as possible. Because after all, they are, performing in the hopes of attracting scholarships. And so we have other entities that are engaged in providing information and as it relates to their professional, their potential academic further education as well as professional life. So it's a holistic approach. Funds are used for transportation too. Understand that once an athlete arrives there, whether it be Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, they're at the pen relays. We have to make sure that they're truly at the pen relays, and that includes transportation. Mm-hmm. And as I said, we can't call ourselves Team Jamaica Bickle, and food is not always present. So
exactly.
Sure food is always there. And any kind of food, but nutritious food. Mm-hmm. So these are things that these are values we hold ourselves true as we ensure that our athletes are ambassadors for taking care.
All right. So before time runs out, give us an idea of what the coming week, well, from here on in, will look like. Paint a picture of this period of your preparation for service as an organization, Team Jamaica Bickle at the Pen Relays.
Where we have our team in Philadelphia actively working right now on the ground to procure, secure food, put in place a transportation system. Karen, Lance, and others are probably pulling their hair out now as it relates to last minute, because this year was a rather unique year. Up to yesterday, kids were still getting their visas, airline tickets were had to be purchased, very high prices. There's a lot of right now concerns as to what time they're coming in. So it's like several moving parts, but the objective is clear. Yes. To get it right, to make sure that we facilitate our folks. Think of all the requests being made right now. We are accommodating them. I sometimes it's fearful that we overextend ourselves, but we do so because we mean well. Yes. And so the accommodation piece is a challenge right now, because as Pen Relays closer becomes a reality, there are other players in the field, competing for the same things that we are doing. And so, at some point we were almost overwhelmed because, whatever room allocation we had based on preliminary projections just were run over.
Oh, wow.
And so there's anticipation in the air. We're looking forward to the teams to do well. And so, from Caribbean Food Delights to the Union of Jamaican Alumni Association to our sponsors, Resort World, and all those that are making it happen for us this year. We have to say a big thank you. And of course, we respect the stakeholders. So we want people who are coming to Penny next week to stop at our booth and make a contribution, because you're going into the stands and cheering. But understand that you're seeing the fruit.
That's right.
The realization of the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
The kids need your support. So please let us all chip in here and become stakeholders so that the winning tradition continues. Because when the winning tradition continues, Jamaica bodes well. And after all, it's our 60th, so we're celebrating. And last but not least, of course, we're looking forward to hosting our Prime Minister Angela Holness, who we're told will be at the Penny. And that's also another big for Brand Jamaica.
Thank you so much, Erwin. Claire, we hear the excitement in your voice. It's going to be great. Well done to you and Team Jamaica Bickle. All the very best.
And thank you very much as well for, of course, being our ambassador at large. And we're still holding out hope that you'll be with us next week as well.
Well, let's see. Thank you very much, Erwin G. Clare, Senior OD, founder, Team Jamaica Bickle, Managing Director, Caribbean Immigrant Services, broadcaster on Irie Jam 93.5 FM. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 9 a.m. in New York, New York.
It's probing.
There has not been a single year since 1974 where the poor has not been oppressed by the state. Precisely.
Spurring action to move Jamaica forward.
I know people are out there screaming, yes, but it's not just this government. I don't cheer. Fix it and stop spinning. Govern, man, govern. Whoever is there.
Featuring The Bottom Line with Ralston Hyman. The best public affairs banter on Jamaican radio.
Part of the national campaign against inflation, we have to have a shake-up of the public sector boards leading to increased efficiency, cut the corruption and the mismanagement, and get the agencies to function in a more efficient manner.
It's Power Talk, weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Identifying challenges and finding solutions in a globalized world. Dr. Herbert Gale on Mondays and Tuesdays. Simon Crosskill from Wednesday to Friday on Power 106 FM. Join us.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and just before we go to our next guest, we are going to say hi to some of you who have joined us since the last time we checked. And here we go. You know how much we value your input and participation, right? So we always have to get in the greetings and your multiple messages. After all, you have taken the time out to join us and to listen and be a part of the experience, and we really appreciate your support. So thank you very much. All right, so let's say hello and welcome to Sheila Clark Wallace. We see you. Thank you very much, Sheila Clark Wallace, for joining us. Michael Williams says the Outside Lounge Fish Fry series opens Memorial Weekend Friday, May 27, 2022. Music by Dubmaster Chris from Irie Jam 93.5 FM. Starts 7 p.m. The Outside Lounge Fish Fry series, the place to be for the summer, says Michael Williams. Thank you, Michael Williams. Ambleton Ray says, greetings, brother man, Dervan, trusting your family and you are doing great being here, taking in diaspora info. Large up yourself, says Ambleton Ray from Horton Grove in Hanover. Lorna Fairweather, Dr. Lorna Fairweather, good morning to you. Good to have you on board the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. Thank you very much for being a part of the experience, and all the very best to you. Right now, we are going to music. music. When it hits, you feel no pain, Bob Marley said. And he is still right after all these years. And so right now we are going to learn more, not for the first time, but maybe for some of you listening, it might be the first time that you'll be hearing about rhythms of Africa. And well, let's just get straight to it and speak with the man of the moment. Boy, time flies. And it's how long since, when was the last time we spoke? I'm trying to remember. Former drummer and percussionist with Third World. And also, of course, representing solutions, production of solutions in music. We're talking about Mr. Willie Stewart. Good morning to you, sir. How are you? It's been a while.
Good morning, Mr. Dervan. I'm glad to be with you again. It was around February 2020, 2 weeks before the lockdown that we were hit with this big sea, that we had the talk on the same beautiful radio station with your beautiful listeners and programs, sir.
Thank you very much for that sharp reminder.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's good that we're still here.
Yes, absolutely. True.
We have to give thanks.
Well, let's talk about Embrace Music Foundation. This is your baby, in a manner of speaking.
Yes. Embrace Music Foundation is a non-profit, a broad 501c non-profit that we come together, and our thing is to keep music in schools with our young people and everything, and move music that way. In the young minds, let them experience what it is to be a musician and the importance from listening to playing to participating in all the disciplines. So when we train them for like 30 hours or 28 hours, they come and they can play on a big show. And they get 40 hours of community hours, which is very important here in Florida, in America, for their university.
Yes.
And they get an experience that is a changing life experience, once in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then now we put on a show, Rhythms of Africa, which is showing the journey from Africa, the diaspora journey.
Mm-hmm.
We give praises to Mother Africa being as our ancestors, and then we show that journey from Africa to Brazil, to Puerto Rico, to South America. We go to Trinidad, Jamaica, New Orleans. We, all where that we've been inspired by our ancestors to play this diaspora, where all this beautiful music, Cuba, all of it came from the influence of Africa.
Yeah.
So that is what we're saying, that the diaspora music that we listen to today gives thanks for that music coming from the time of our ancestry. And this is where we have to have beautiful, different versions of music that is so rich in the Western world.
Yes. And what can you tell us about the event itself? I mean, I know they work in schools, you mentioned that, but the Rhythms of Africa, it's still relatively young as an event, isn't it?
This is where we've been doing it for 10 years. This is our 9th Rhythms of Africa.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Why was I thinking?
2010, we started it at Miramar Cultural Center. The beautiful voice, we're going back for 4 years. We're going back to Miramar, but we're playing. And then let's talk about the last show we did, Dervan. We pulled about 3,300 people to the show.
Whoa.
600 could not come in because the tickets were sold out, because we were playing in an indoor place, Pines. But this time, we're playing in a more open area. It's a high ceiling, a tent, in Miramar Regional Park Amphitheater. And why we chose that too, because you have to plan this 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months before, is because of COVID. We decided that no matter what, it's better because we deal with a lot of families, it's better we play in our own place where everybody can be safe, because they can go to that event, and if they want, they can take their chair and sit down in the back and don't mix with anybody and enjoy the moment.
Right.
And it's like breeze come through, so it's for safety reasons too. And so we're very, very happy to be able to present. And we celebrated Jamaica 60th, and we have a guest appearance. Now, I would like to make this very clear. Guest appearance by the wonderful Grams Morgan and Master Griffiths. Because they support the cause of keeping music in schools. They're given their time to be able to do a guest appearance, not a full performance, but a nice, because in Rhythms of Africa, nobody does a full performance. So because there's so much artists on the show. We have Wayne Arman coming in, the Prince of Soca, Roger George. We have a great singer, R&B, funk singer, Patrick Ulysses, Picnic. I mean, him going to tear the place down. All of them. Hugh Wills, Jamaica, incredible. Sean and Lee in the Spanish part, Selena Serrana, you name them. But they've been a stable part of Rhythms of Africa over the years. So people come to hear jazz phenomenal, Jesse Jones, Nicole Yardley on violin. So people are seeing a show, Dervan, that is, and each is one person that is authentic to that rhythm that we're playing, or that genre of music that we're playing. And so we come together, and so it's a beautiful experience, and people, and the kids that are playing is phenomenal. When they play, and that expression, the people support them, the musicians support them, and the people enjoy themselves. A lot of people coming to the show have not gone to a show. For ours was the last one, and probably the biggest one in Broad before the lockdown. And people remember that, and people coming back for the first time to this show to re-energize. We call it reset. We want to uplift the people's spirit, soul, and mind, and say, boy, you know what, we're going to be inspired. We've gone through this, but we're going to get up and rise and move forward. So the musicians that we pick are chosen. They have that love and energy, and the children is going to be a beautiful event.
The flyer is so arresting. You feel like you're there already.
I had the whole trip myself, trust me.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it is beautiful. I mean, to me, I just give thanks. I know what's the importance of teamwork.
Yes.
Because one person don't do it. First of all, we have to give, praise to the Almighty.
Yes.
That's what's important. And then the teamwork, people helping, like June, my board members, my wife, and other people. The city of Miramar come reaching out to be a partner.
Well, that's major. That's big. Yes. Say a little more on that, please.
Yes, the city of Miramar, the mayor's hosting the event. They are partners with us on this because they want to make that difference. The Consul General has, on this distinguished patronage, has endorsed it as our 60th reigniting. We call it reigniting a city. I think that's a theme. Reigniting a city.
Reigniting a nation.
Yes. Reigniting a nation.
Yes.
And so the 60th Jubilee, so what we do is the front of the show will happen, and then for about maybe an hour and 20 minutes, we take a break. Food, Jamaican food trucks, everybody drinks, everybody enjoy themselves, and we come back, and it's Jamaica we are Jamaica we are really are, and that is why we give honor for the presence of both Grams and Marcia to bless us with that part of it, the journey.
Yeah, I like the reasonableness of the ticket, the ticket price.
Well, that is what people said at Dervan. Last show it was 15, and people said they got $250 worth of show for $15. They've left and said they've never experienced that in their lives. And this one is 20 because what happened is that it's a much bigger expense than all that. Because what we're trying to do is not about making money. If we make money, it's going to go back into the schools to do more workshops to create that and create what we believe in, keeping music in the schools. But our thing is also our responsibility is to bring back the community, to have that music that we bring on and celebrate our culture and our history. So we want to make it affordable to everybody, so that anybody comes. If a man only have a little $100, which is a lot of money really, but if he comes with his children, maybe 2 children, his wife, he can come and see a show that's valued probably $60 and be able to buy something and feel fulfilled.
Yes.
A world-class show for that.
Absolutely. And this, of course, as you've said, this is going to be at the Miramar Regional Park Amphitheater next week, Saturday, starting at 6:30 in the evening. Gates open at 5. And as you also said, under the distinguished patronage of the Consul General of Jamaica, Mr. Oliver Mayer. And it's good to see that you have some good support as well in terms of sponsors. I'm seeing the Jamaica Tourist Board, for example, that's easily recognized. So people, I mean, your reputation precedes you in terms of delivering and making a meaningful contribution in the lives of these youngsters. We can only imagine how many you have rescued, maybe without even realizing it, just by virtue of the engagement in that you've gotten them involved in as far as music is concerned.
Well, Dervan, if this is any proof that we have a Facebook page called Rhythms of Africa, and when we started 10 years ago, some of those students were 17, so they're like 27 and mothers and fathers, and they still write back and say, was that group better than us? Could we do a reunion? These are big people now. Could we do a reunion? It's the best thing in our life. And I'll give you the story. We trained 2 years ago. We had students. 2 of them were dancers, but they went through the discipline of drumming because they loved it and want to stay.
Oops, I want to hear the story, but we need to take a break. One moment, please. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
8:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 6:15 a.m. in Los Angeles, California.
This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs. Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Dakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area, and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do. Wherever you go,
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Wherever you go,
Willie Stewart is former drummer and percussionist of Third World, production of solutions in music as well. He is the director of what is a massive musical undertaking, Rhythms of Africa. That's Music Foundation in partnership with the city of Miramar, presenting Rhythms of Africa. It happens next week, Saturday, the 30th of April, 6:30 in the evening at the Miramar Regional Park Amphitheater. Gates open at 5 o'clock in the afternoon under the distinguished patronage of the Consul General of Jamaica, Mr. Oliver Mayer, and with special guest appearances by Gramps Morgan, people like you, and Marcia Griffiths, the ageless Marcia Griffiths, and a host of sponsors. It's only $20. And you're getting a $220 show, so to speak, in a manner of speaking, for just $20, right? But we'll say more. Going to the break. Sorry, we had to break. You were going to relate, I think, a story in relation to the impact of the work on the children.
When we did the 2020 Rhythms of Africa,
yes,
there was 2 students. Now they wanted they're dancers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we had dancers already. They decided to do the drumming. Now, when I do finish, the problem is maybe only some of them continue with me. Those who go, live in the area, don't go, don't go university within the area, they will stay and come back and be section leaders. But normally, when you do the school, you go to another school because you want to move on. You don't have a seat. So I am getting ready. do now, getting ready to do our thing, rehearsing and get everything. Then we get this, the venue calls us that there's two ladies, because they're now at university, right?
Yes.
Because it's 2 years ago, they were graduated.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to find out if they could dance because they were part of your last workshop, of your program, and they want to be a part of it. It was a lifetime changing experience for them. And they have come back now to help do choreography with the kids, and they're going to dance on the pop section. See, this is what I've never experienced. What they wrote, I mean, it was a warm, and when I read it, this is what I realized, this is what it does. It uplifts people, and it's an experience, because recently, over the last 4 workshops, we have given all nations then. We've had every nation that's come in, and some of them don't even know what patty was or Jamaican rice and peas. And so their experience is a cultural one. So they're a cultural shock because they come in, and so what they might be stereotype about maybe Jamaica and our race, they come now and see that as young people. It changes them. They love it. They eat the patty, they're powerful, they say, wow, the food. And when they see the show, they say, no, this is. So when they grow up now, sometimes their mindset will be more open to receive, other people in a, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, absolutely.
And embrace the culture. So doing a show in Penn.
Sorry, losing your bit. You're saying
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, hearing you now. Yes.
Doing a show like in Pembroke Pines and breaking new territory is about ambassador work. You do it to show that Jamaica and Caribbean people, we are excellent in what we do. We can deliver a show international like any other act. We can care for their children and give them experience culturally, musically, that is on par, business, music, and everything. And so this is the door we were showing, that you can come to a show, start on time, and enjoy yourself to the maximum.
Brilliant. We're looking forward. Thank you so much, Willie Stewart. What a remarkable job you continue to do. Well done to you and your team and partners and all those who make this event the success it has been, and no doubt will continue to be.
Thank you so much, Dervan, for your time, and the listeners. God bless you.
Blessings to you too. Take care. Willie Stewart there, here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. He is the director of Rhythms of Africa, which takes place next Saturday, the 30th of April, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daytime. That's 5:30 p.m. Jamaica time. Gates open at 5 EDT, under the distinguished patronage of the Consul General of Jamaica, Mr. Oliver Mayer. This is another Jamaica 60 event. Speaking of event, Jamaica 60 event, how about an annual event that people look forward to, and it's right here in Jamaica. But there are people who straddle both Jamaica and the diaspora, and therefore they benefit whenever this time of year comes around, because this is the time of year for specials and for this big sale. It's the Stewart's Hardware annual spring sale, which will be the 29th and 30th of April. That's next weekend. And who better to tell us about it than Mrs. Precious Wilson? How are you? Good to talk with you again. It's been a while.
Good morning, Dervan. It has been a while indeed. Good morning to all listeners, and good morning to all our customers in the diaspora.
Wonderful. Can you remind our listeners how you serve the diaspora? Yes, we know you've been serving Jamaicans here at home for quite some time, but in terms of how you've been serving members of the diaspora at Stewart's Hardware.
Well, the member of the diaspora can get in touch with Stewart's Hardware on our info email, so that's info@stewartshardware.com, and another email is customer service at stewartshardware.com. We also have a WhatsApp number that they can WhatsApp their queries, and we can also send them their quotation. And the most welcoming thing right now, Dervan, is that we have a system in place where the customers in the diaspora can pay with their credit card online from home, in your bathroom, in your kitchen, in your living room, anywhere at home. And that is a service we're offering now, which is most welcome by the diaspora.
Excellent, excellent. And so what can members of the diaspora and those right here in Jamaica expect as far as the Stewart's Hardware annual spring sale is concerned for next weekend? What can we look forward to?
What you can look forward to is super savings. Super savings. Every single item in store will be discounted. Massive discounts are on. For paint, lawn and garden, hardware products, building, the heavy building materials, every single item showcased at Stewart's Hardware will be on sale. And it is considered a super savings sale for this spring.
And so therefore, I would imagine with this information out now, there are people who perhaps were planning on making some purchases this weekend. Chances are they're going to wait until next weekend. Either way, you don't have a problem with that, do you?
We don't have a problem with that. Actually, customers are flooding in their emails and WhatsApp queries right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are really preparing for this weekend because it is announced that it's going to be super savings for this weekend. It's going to be a great sale because we must admit that during the pandemic, our customers were not daunted. They supported us throughout the pandemic, which we much appreciate. And so we have to give back. We have to give them back special for this year because their spirit were not daunted by the pandemic.
Yes.
They did, in fact, give us great support.
And what if there's someone who wants to order from now, but they want the items at next weekend's prices?
That's fine, Dervan. What they do, they send in their inquiry. We'll prepare a quote for them. And on the day of the sale, we just reprint that quote for them. So they will see the difference or they will see their actual savings.
Oh, lovely. And give us those contact details again. You did share 2 email addresses and a couple of phone numbers, I believe.
All right, I'm going to give you a phone number. That is direct because I know sometimes you're not able to actually take all the numbers.
Yes.
So we're going to give you the major WhatsApp number and the major phone numbers. And also they can use those email addresses I already highlighted. So the telephone number to our main store is 876-869-5478. That's 876-869-5478. And the WhatsApp number is 876-820-7500. And the WhatsApp again is 876-820-7500. Once you contact these numbers, your queries will be filtered to all the other locations.
Oh, very good.
Our locations are Mandeville Store, and that's on the Winston Jones Highway. We have Old Harbor Store, which is on East Street, a little out of the town. That's in Old Harbor. And we have our Longville location, which is located in the Longville Plaza. That's in Longville Park. And our Lionel Town location is directly in front of the Lionel Town Hospital.
So come next weekend, the 29th and 30th of April, Stewart's Hardware customers visiting any one of those locations will benefit from this annual spring sale, correct?
Correct, Dervan. Every single location will have all products on sale. And all the prices the discounts are basically the same in all the stores.
My. Well, listeners, you heard it. So if you were planning on purchasing household hardware and related items, if you're planning on doing it this weekend, you might want to hold a bit for next weekend when the annual Stewart's Hardware Spring Sale gets going next Saturday and Sunday. So we...
A correction to that.
Sorry.
Next Friday.
Friday. I beg your pardon. Next Friday and Saturday. Next Friday and Saturday. And then after all that shopping, you'll need Sunday to rest and give thanks. Well, thank you very much, Precious Wilson, for joining us this morning and giving us that heads up. We always like to hear about these deals and specials and sales, etc., because that is, we feel like that is also we're a part of that giving entity, that we provide the information here that benefit people who are looking for deals, especially where hardware and related items are concerned. So we thank you very much for all you continue to do, and we wish you and the team at Stewart's Hardware all the very best in your annual sale and beyond.
Thank you very much, Dervan, and a big thank you to all our customers who have been supporting us over the years. Thank you very much for the support. We appreciate it.
All the best. Take care.
Importers, provide proper invoices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
8:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means, well, it's now 3:31 p.m. in Cape Town, South Africa.
Shop at Stewart's Hardware and Home Center for your business and home improvement. They offer plumbing, electrical, paints, lawn and garden, lumber, cement, and all your remittance needs. Visit 56 Manchester Avenue, Mayfair, 82 East Street, Old Harbor, Winston Jones Highway, Mandeville, Longville Park, and Lionel Town. For more information, call 876-986-9100 or 876-745-2478. Stewart's Hardware and Home Center, building values. April is Farmers Month, and Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited will be in Clarendon this Saturday, April 23, with a Farmers Month extravaganza, and Power 106 FM will be there to bring you all the excitement. Join us for a live broadcast at the Superfeeds and Agri Enterprise in Osborne Store. Tune in for the highlights. This broadcast is brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited, 2 East Tashanine Road, Kingston. That's a live broadcast from the Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited Farmers Month Extravaganza in Clarendon, this Saturday, April 23, only on Power 106 FM.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both, well, the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and our next guest, I hope he's not suffering from jet lag, although I don't think it was a long flight, but he's going to be joining us in just a moment. He is a tenor, a Jamaican tenor, TENOR, of international repute. He is chairman of Partners for Youth Foundation, a not-for-profit based in Florida. He is also the executive producer of the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour. And we could say a few more things about our next guest, but that would take some time. He has had quite a distinguished career in his field. He is Mr. Steve Higgins. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Maestro, I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. And you sound as if you had a good flight and you are ready to take flight in another way in terms of this tour that we've been hearing about. Of which you're the executive producer, the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour. Give us the background, and then you can talk us through what to expect from this Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me, Dervan.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone in Jamaica and across the world listening to this program. As Dervan says, this is Steve Higgins speaking. I've just landed, as you know, Dervan, from Houston, Texas, where we had quite the premiere of our Jamaica 60th Diamond Jubilee Tour last night. What it is that in celebration of the 60th anniversary of Jamaica's independence, and it's not because I was born 6 days after we had independence.
Now we know. Now we know. The mystery has been solved.
I need to go play 16 lotto or 6 or whatever. I decided last year that as the 60th anniversary of Jamaica's independence approached, that it may be a significant time and the appropriate time to embark upon what I promised Miss Olive Lewin, Dr. Olive Lewin. As you know, I sang with the Jamaican folk singers for over 23 years. And I promised her when I was emigrating to the USA that I'd continue to spread the word in terms of our Jamaican folk music, our folk culture throughout the diaspora and beyond. So the tour consists of me delivering a number of workshops on Jamaican folk music, explaining them in their historical context, and to connect the dots for a lot of second and third generation children, and even the adults themselves, who may not even remember or may not even have known some of the songs that we, folk songs that we do have. We had such a delightful time this past week, Dervan. I landed in Houston on Wednesday and went straight to the Tracy G Community Center, where we engaged with a number of youth. There were just under 30 of them, and we went through things like Manuel Road. Go down Manuel Road, Gallam Boy, Fika Brook Rockstone. The reason why we sang that, the story behind it, the story behind Deo. We went through some children's games like There's a Brown Girl in the Ring, and quite a few other songs that were done. The children were so interested, and a lot of times people think that especially kids who are over here have no interest in the Jamaican culture. Let me tell you something, that's not true. The following day, we went to the Prairie View A&M University, because a part of the strategy is to align ourselves with universities and other institutions of learning, also museums. So we went to the Prairie View A&M University, and here we had, of course, older kids, and they too were very engaged in some of the offerings, some of the songs and the workshops. And we ended the tour last night with a ticketed event put on by the community organization, the Jamaica Foundation of Houston, in collaboration with the Partners Field Foundation and Steve Higgins Productions. And that was held downtown Houston. And of course, there was rousing reception to it and standing ovation. And people didn't want to leave the theater at all. The show is called Love and Nostalgia. We always infuse love songs, a la jazz, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, songs from musical theater and from the opera, along with Delia Winter, one of Jamaica's finest songbirds over here, and also April Marr. And they have done Jamaica proud, even though we don't hear them. But when you see the response from the community, both Jamaican and non-Jamaican, and the thing is, our show is not only for Jamaica. It is not only understood by Jamaicans, and we present a variety of genres. There's something in our shows for everyone. So that ticketed event happened last night, and part proceeds will go to the Jamaica Foundation of Houston's charities, and they have a scholarship charity there, and also to the the Partners for Youth Foundation, for which I am chairman. It's a non-profit over here as well, and the part proceeds will go to the SOS Children's Village, who we support, as well as a STEP Center in Kingston, Jamaica, for children with multiple disabilities. So all in all, we try to make it quite a rounded package that not only entertains, but educates. So we call it edutainment.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, after we stepped off stage, my good man, I went back to the hotel at about 1 o'clock after we had dinner, and then went straight to the airport. So I've been flying all night.
Oh, wow. Oh, dear. But your energy is quite infectious, though. It doesn't matter the time of day, or you just give it all you've got. And
well, you have to, Dervan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You absolutely have to. And let me tell you, the news spreads like wildfire, because we're due in Alabama in June, the first weekend in June. And so we're going to be in Montgomery, Alabama, the 3rd of June. We're going to be in Birmingham, Alabama, and Huntsville, Alabama, and then Selma, Alabama. And then in the middle of June, we're going to go to New York, where we'll be up in Pelham, at the Manor Club of Pelham. And it will be under the auspices of the consulate in the Consul General in New York. And then we go to London under the patronage of the High Commissioner, Seth George Ramakan. And then that's going to be for their garden party celebrating Jamaica 60, before heading to Birmingham, where they will be at the Birmingham Town Hall for, and this is the year of the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth Games, yes.
Right,
mm-hmm.
right. So I gather that a couple of hours have been given by the Commonwealth Games to the Association of Jamaican Nationals and the Commonwealth Association over there in Birmingham. So we'll be having a blockbuster extravaganza, they call it, at the Birmingham Town Hall. So, and then I returned to Florida. I'm the founding director of the South Florida Caribbean Chorale. And we have been officiating at each Jamaican independent service for the past 20 years. And it's a 50-voice choir. And so we've been doing works from Bach, Beethoven, and also Olive Lune and Noel Dexter. So this chorale, we've been doing quite a bit in the community in South Florida. So we'll be celebrating Jamaica's independence in style on the 30th of July, and then they've asked me to come back to London for some August 6th big event. So more about that later. But the tour, to answer your question, it takes us further afield to North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, all over Florida, Tampa, Orlando, Bradenton, and of course Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and then to California. So we'll be all over, and we have been not bombarded, but we've been asked to come to a few places that are a little off the beaten track, like Louisiana has called, and we intend to honor that as well, and then we head to Toronto as well, But the thing is, there's this interest in it. There's a renewed passion about our folk culture, and of course, that reggae music and dancehall music, they are all based off the mental rhythm, which most folk songs are based on as well. There's a precursor, if you will, to our more popular genres. So that's a part of the education that goes into the workshop as well.
Yes.
So it's been very, very interesting and very rewarding when you see the excitement and the passion in the youngsters. So it's really enjoyable. And I'm happy to have the Jamaica Tourist Board on board as our main sponsor. And there have been other sponsors in each jurisdictions. We are also in discussion with a number of other commercial entities, thank heavens, because they see the importance of jumping onto a successful tour that reaches to the heart of people and that can also return business to them. So it's all good, Dervan. It's all very good.
Indeed, it sounds that way. I got a little giddy just listening to all those stops that you'll be making on the tour. But this is great. This is exciting. Hold it there. Let's come back and wrap in just a moment. Listeners, our guest at this time is Steve Higgins. He is a tenor of international repute. We and of course being a Jamaican, so he's a Jamaican tenor. He's chairman of Partners for Youth Foundation, which I'll ask him to tell us a bit about after the break, and the executive producer of the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 9 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 6:45 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
This Saturday, Fame Frequency gives you a night of collabs, musical hits of every genre. It's Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, Saturday, April 23, from 9 p.m. to midnight. Dance and enjoy music mixed by Fame 95 FM's The Captain Colin Hines and DJ Narity, alongside the Don Donovan Dakers from Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Join the live party in studio with our host, Jenny, or show off your Smirnoff vodka mixes in our VIP Zoom Watch Yourself area and tune in live on Fame 95 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, Hits 92 FM, and RETV. Online at Mixcloud at Fame Frequency and on OneSpotMedia.com. Fame Frequency, a night of collabs, is powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Let me talk to you, tell you how it is. I was thinking when I saw that body, gotta get started. Tell her what the young boy gon' do.
April is Farmers Month, and Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited will be in Clarendon this Saturday, April 23, with a Farmers Month extravaganza, and Power 106 FM will be there to bring you all the excitement. Join us for a live broadcast at the Superfeeds and Agri Enterprise in Osborne Store. Tune in for the highlights. This broadcast is brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited, 2 East Tashanine Road, Kingston. That's a live broadcast from the Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited Farmers Month Extravaganza in Clarendon, this Saturday, April 23, only on Power 106 FM.
Wherever you go,
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
On the last lap of today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM with the internationally acclaimed Jamaican tenor Steve Higgins, who has been giving us a lot of information in terms of what has happened so far and what is to come in the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour. He's executive producer for the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour, and he's also chairman of an organization called Partners for Youth Foundation. Plus, he is the director of the South Florida Caribbean Chorale, and I'm sure there are some more hats that we need to tell you about that he wears. But for the time being, we'll leave it there. So then, Steve Higgins.
Let's not crowd the people's ears. Yes. Well, the beauty of having tech these days, Dervan, is that we can document our own history. We can document our own songs. We have started a project filming some of these the folk songs. I did for the. I don't know if you've yet met Charles Smart. He's doing the National Heroes Modernization Project.
Mm-hmm.
A fantastic project. I'd like to ask everyone within earshot of my voice, please Google the National Heroes Modernization Project. It's quite impressive, and it's called Back the Culture. I'm also helping Charles with that in terms of some music, and we focused on Paul Bogle just last month, and it took me to the bushes to video record a song called War Down a Monkland. War down a Monkland, war down a Marante, war down a Chigafoot, the Queen never know. War, 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 oh, war, oh, heavy war, oh. You want to see me bare chested in the woods, filming that thing, trying to hide my big belly. Looking like a warrior. Anyway, so we're documenting that as well, Dervan, and I'm excited about that.
Yes.
And we have the full support of our Consul General, Oliver Mayer, who is a patron for this tour. And he also jumped on stage last night with us and singing tra la 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 la. You know how CG
sounds like him, yes.
But onto the Partners Field Foundation. It was founded by Anthony and Marcia Baker over 35 years ago. And they started a grooming school, and they wanted to see our youngsters of Jamaican descent do well, properly groomed, etc. And out of that came the Miss Jamaica Florida pageant that was mounted in South Florida for over 28 years. I was responsible for the creative expression. It was not a beauty contest. It was something that pulled out, all the initiatives. If you have a song, you had a dance, you had a skit, you had a poem, you had different sorts of expressions. And I was in charge of that along with Flavia Christopher, who some people may know. And so we had the Little Miss, we had the Junior Miss, we had the Miss Jamaica and the Teen Miss. So it was from 5 to like 25 years old. And that carried on until about 5 years ago. So I took over as chairman just last year, and we're getting into doing a lot more for children who may be at risk, children who may slip through the cracks. We're trying to hone in on a number of opportunities to children through schools, through churches, through community organizations. And so we're still offering scholarships. We do 2 scholarships per year for children of Jamaican descent. So I'd like everybody again to check out the website. It's partnersfieldfoundation.org. And even if you went on my website, which is stevehigginsproductions.com, again, Steve Higgins Productions with an S.com, you will see under our community tab that there are Partners for Youth, and there is a STEP Center, and there's a SOS Children's Village, so that you can see what's happening. And finally, with respect to the music, I've recorded a number of Jamaican folk songs, from Finger to Finger to Elina and Muma Go Ground to Deo to Feel Me Love Have Lion Heart to This Long Time Girl. Go on the website, please, listen to it, and you can download as well. Yes, we're with the times. So log on to www.stevehigginsproductions.com, and then we'll be putting up very, very soon what our itinerary will be like with the different institutions of learning, the different universities, the different museums. We'll be at the Birmingham Museum of Art in Birmingham, Alabama. And then we're going to go all over at different institutions. So we're going to be putting that up very soon. But the Partners Field Foundation, we also are working with folks in Jamaica and also in Canada, because we're trying to focus on specific aspects of the youth. We're having a confab, for instance, in 2 weeks. And that confab is a discussion among youth with topics that matter to youth. And we talk about things like, okay, what is social media doing to our youth in terms of their thinking? Where are you going in terms of your career, in terms of your schooling? What are the opportunities available for you? Do you know what scholarships are available? Because a lot of us do not know what's happening. Well, our youth do not know what's happening. So there are many topics that are discussed at the Partners Youth Foundation. The confab, by the way, is going to be held on the 14th of May in Davie, Florida, at the Bamford Recreation Center. Just for the folks who are going to be in town that weekend, it's 3801 South Pine Island Road, and it's going to be fantastic. We have different. The mayor of Davie always comes to and opens our confab, as does the Consul General of Jamaica. We have people like the Broward Sheriff's Office talking about the relationship between police and the youth, the black youth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have psychiatrists coming in to talk about certain topics. We have scholarship and career professionals coming to talk about that sort of things. And we also have a medical person who is a part of our board who speaks to health and wellness. So it's a wide variety of topics that we do speak about and confront with the youth. And they speak up. They actually speak up. So we find it to be very, very worthwhile. So check out the partnersfieldfoundation.org. We continue to try to impact the community. We have people like Eddie Edwards, who is my vice chair. We have Clinton DaCosta, who is our treasurer. There's Dr. Rosemary Adams Lewis. There's Sharnette Levy and Michael Rigg, and a few more board members and a number of regular members. So when you come back up, Dervan, we'll invite you to one of our events.
Can't wait for that at all. I see a message here from Robert Bob Ritchie in Minnesota, Minneapolis. He says, good morning. Oh, there you go. You know him well. He says, good morning, brother. Good morning, brother Dervan and Steve Higgins. Steve's high school community, the Morant Bay High School, is proud of what Steve is doing in being a cultural ambassador for Jamaica. Continued blessings, my friends, says Robert Bob Ritchie in Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Thank you so much, Robert. Nice to hear from you, man. and part proceeds, Robert, I'd like to let you know, is going towards the Morant Bay High School laptop project. So so you can let your chapter know about that. You see, MBHS is a real. Morant Bay High School is a real MBHS. Don't listen to any Montego Bay people.
Oh, this is rich. This is rich. Well, listen, I don't know how you do it, and you're still doing it, but we are going to release you for the time being, so you can maybe get, I don't know, a bit of a shut eye if possible, or sip.
Look, man, there's no rest for the wicked. I have to get up right now and go play for a funeral service and go sing for a funeral service.
Look at that. Whoa. Your hands are full.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's blessings overflowing. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing with us on the Jamaican Diaspora Live online here on Power 106 FM. We are now even more informed when it comes on to the tour, the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour. And of course, we thank you for the information as well that you have given us with respect to your organization, one of the many you're involved with, Partners for Youth Foundation. Plus, yes.
And I thank you, Dervan, for having the interest and the passion to connect both sides and to let folks know what we're doing. And wherever we can get support, we welcome the support. Wherever we can get partnerships, we welcome the partnerships. Because when you look into these children's eyes and you see excitement about the culture, you know, a lot of people say, yes, it's important, but they don't walk the walk. They just talk, you know. But it is truly satisfying, and it's truly rewarding, and it's truly necessary. So when we go further afield, we will contact and let you know where we're going.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Steve Higgins. All the very best to you and your family, your team, your partners, and all the members of the Jamaican diaspora, not least of all in the state of Florida.
Thank you very much, my brother. All the very best. Have a wonderful Saturday, Jamaica and the rest of the world.
Same to you. Take care, Steve.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Steve Higgins, Jamaican tenor, chairman of Partners for Youth Foundation. He's also director of the South Florida Caribbean Chorale, among other things. And now added to that, in this, the 60th year of Jamaica's independence, Steve Higgins is the executive producer of the Jamaica 60 Cultural Tour. Special thanks to our production and technical teams of individuals, Chandel Forbes and Celise Pinnock. Thanks for doing production and technical work behind the scenes. Thanks to all our guests, and thanks to you, our faithful listeners and viewers all over the globe, for making it the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. All things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm. Oh, look at Dr. Dixon. Dr. Dixon has been on. Dr. Trevor Dixon, greetings to you of Jaja Foundation. Take care, everybody. Be safe. And we look forward to next week's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online.
Power 106 FM just presented the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
9 o'clock.
You're listening to Power 106.
Bye.
When I came home